3 years later, Urkrini, Rimwood Frontier. So welcome to episode 2 of Let's Play Battletech. So last episode we were fighting for the Aurigan Coalition and everything went horribly wrong during a coup. Now we are the commander of Markham's Marauders, a mercenary outfit in the Rimwood periphery, making a living, or trying to make a living, sometime after the coup and the establishment of the Aurigan Directorate under the vicious, traitorous Uncle Espinosa. Right, let's find out what our current contract is.
Command interface initiated.
The Independent Prospectors League thanks you for your assistance, Commander. We're miners, not soldiers. We can't fight these bastards off on our own. That's what you're paying us for. Don't worry, we'll get your platforms back. This isn't just about what's reclaiming what's ours. Majesty Metals killed hundreds of us when they tried to jump our claim. We want you to make them bleed for what they've done here. Commander, the Op4 is holding 2 of the IPL's mining platforms. The first, designated Alpha, is where they're keeping their turret generator. Move in fast and take it out. Those turrets hit hard, so you'll want to neutralise them ASAP. Platform Bravo is the site of Op4's corporate security tower. Engage and destroy it. If they bring in a mech to protect it, take that out too. Then circle on back and we'll collect our pay. That's right. I'm ready and waiting to authorise the transfer. Now go on, Commander. Hit those corporate pigs where it hurts. We'll be watching the action from here. Okay, so we've got a full lance of mechs. There's Claymore, it's us, in our Blackjack. There's Glitch in a Vindicator. We've
Commander.
got Behemoth in a Shadowhawk. And
waiting for orders.
Decker in a Spider. We've got 2 objectives. The first one is to destroy the generator, which is this building over here. And that will eliminate all of the Majesty Metals turrets. And then once we've done that, we need to go and slag this building here, which is their corporate security office. Resistance is likely to be light, but that doesn't mean that we should underestimate it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get Decker in his Spider to go zooming around here so we can get a good shot on the generator as quickly as we can. Then
Receiving you.
Behemoth,
Waiting for orders.
Glitch, and I all have jump jets, which is really useful. I think Decker does as well. So we've all got jump jets, so in this map that is going to be quite useful because we can get ourselves onto some nice firing positions. In the meantime, however, we're just going to move up nice and quick to provide Decker with some support.
Position confirmed.
It's important to note that this is a desert planet, so as you can see here, units in the Badlands sink only 85% of their heat. We don't sink as much heat as we would normally. So excessive use of weapons and things like jump jets is going to be bad. Right, now we want Decker to get shifting. Oh no, enemy contact. Right.
You are trespassing on Majesty Metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Okay, so they've given us the standard warning off. So that's fine. We can, you know, carry on regardless anyway, because quite frankly,
Affirmative.
we're here to kill them. After all, that's what mercenary work is about.
On the move.
Okay, so you can see here that the enemy is 2 light vehicles. Ah no, 2 light mechs. Okay.
What's up, boss?
Right. Let's see, so Decker, there's nowhere we can move, so we're going to have to make a jump. We want to jump somewhere that we can get a good shot on the turret generator, and potentially everywhere else as well. I think what we'll do is we'll jump in up here, which will expose Decker to quite a bit of fire, but on the other hand, we're going to have a lot of movement pips.
Lifting off.
And it gives us a nice good shot on the turret generator. We're not going to be able to slag it straight away just with Decker's fire, but I'm hoping
Target confirmed.
that we can do some nice damage to it and we'll be able to wreck it with the next mech, the next couple of mechs, certainly before the turrets fire.
I've been sensor locked.
Okay, so you can see here that Sensor Lock has reduced his evasion pips by 2 down to 1, which isn't great, so the only thing that's going to save Decker now really is that we're going to be able to destroy the turrets before they get a chance to shoot at him. The enemy mechs are a commando and a spider. Neither of them are particularly tough.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Right, we want to try and get straight line shot. I'm going to move over there with glitch and head indicator. And then we're going to take advantage of her multi-target to try and put a little bit of hurt on the spider, reduce its evasion pips by 1. Even if we miss, it will reduce the pips by 1, and we can hopefully destroy the turret generator with glitches, LRMs and PPC.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Turret's down. And off in the distance that was the medium laser firing at the spider.
Time.
She missed, but that's okay, because now it's easier to hit the spider.
Orders.
Behemoth is also going to jump, because there's not many places that we can walk them at the moment. Now Shadowhawk is a nice beefy mech, and we're going to use the LRMs to take a pop at this spider and reduce its evasion even further. Now it's me, Claymore. Again, we're going to have to jump. That's okay. We can put ourselves in cover with a good line of sight to the spider and some nice evasion pips as well. Right. We've only got a couple of medium lasers and weapons that have got a reasonable hit chance. I'm going to throw in the AC2s as well, because the heat build-up they have is minimal because they're kinetic weapons, and it increases the chance of hitting and doing some damage.
Engaging target.
Some good shooting. A critical hit as well.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Okay, so the commander's moving now. Yeah. Commando's deadly, actually.
My internals are taking a beating.
Glass cannons, but the short-range missile batteries they have are
Yes, Commander.
potent things. Okay, so we want to get Decker out of here. It would also be nice to be able to get some rear shots on this commando. So we're going to try that. Jump over into this
Confirmed.
rubble. Now, we've got here, it's destroyed buildings, so it provides cover, but it does reduce movement spotting distance. Badlands, so we're sinking less heat. We've got cover, which is great, but we have still been sensor lock, sensor impaired. Okay? So let's open up on this commando.
Roger that.
Good shooting, Decker. Nicely done. And what's the spider going to do? Can you come in and punch me?
Warning. Armor low.
Right. I'm not a huge fan of that. I've got to be honest.
I hear ya.
But really, I want this
Moving
commando
out.
dead. I'm not particularly bothered about the spider. I'm fairly sure that Claymore and Behemoth can destroy it. We won't bother using the LRM because it's unnecessary heat build-up and it's unlikely to hit much anyway. Nice. So knocked it down, destroyed its leg, smashed it up a bit.
Waiting for orders.
Now then, Behemoth. Okay, so to get into a better firing position, we are again going to have to jump, which isn't ideal. Again, because of heat build-up. We could death from above, but it gives us lots of stability damage and will damage our mech. So I don't think we'll use that at this time. Might use it again. I might use it at some point in the future to show you what it's like. But given this is an Ironman playthrough, I want to hold on to my mechs in as good condition as I possibly can. Right, so I'm going to use Precision Strike, which increases the hit chance of my weapons. Turn the LRM5 off. We'll keep the AC5 on because although the hit percentage is low, it does a lot of damage, 45 damage, so we're going to try that.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, we missed. Never mind. Beat it up a bit.
That hit something good.
And if we have a look at the enemy mech, we can see that it is badly damaged on its left-hand side. So if we are going to attack it in melee or shoot it, we want to try and hit it on the left-hand side, in the left flank. So at the moment, if we melee it, we're going to be attacking directly from the front. So instead, I'm going to move. This will have the advantage that it will help me reduce my heat a little bit as well. Turn the autocannons off. Turn on the medium lasers. Yeah, okay. Oh, what's this? Majesty metals are dropping some reinforcements. Which means that I get to move
Waiting
first.
for orders.
Now, it might be better to move over here and see if we can get a shot on the spider, but I think actually, balance, we want to try and put the commando down
Move
before we can
order
get back up.
received.
So, let's have a look at doing that. Right, we're going to, center torso shot. I'm aware that this will reduce the amount of salvage we've got if we do manage to destroy it, but at the moment I just want to wreck our enemies. Okay, right torso destroyed, right arm destroyed, side torso destroyed, pilot injured. So that
Critical
pilot
hit, Commander.
is in a bad way. Commando's also a really cool mech. I love the look of it. One of my favourite mechs. Certainly one of my favourite light mechs.
That shot got past my armor.
Okay.
Standing by.
Let's see if we can finish off the spider before it does any damage. Let's put the LRMs in. We've got the heat to spare.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
No, wasn't quite enough. It's a shame. Counter-punch glitch now. But you see, it's increased its evasion pips, which is probably why the AI did that.
What can I do for you?
Right. What we want to try and do is find somewhere we can go that we can hit both of these mechs. Ideally without having to jump. I'm not sure there is anywhere we can do that. So I'm going to
Don't need to tell me
see about
twice.
destroying the commando, because I'm really concerned about its short-range missile batteries. I'll turn the PPC off, 30% chance to hit. Medium laser, small laser, see the small laser is in range. I'll put the LRM on, because there's not as much heat build-up. Okay, so we've wrecked both legs. That's good because it means there's some salvage there now. The pilot is either dead or heavily injured. Right. That means that they've got, because they've got eyes on,
Minimal.
they can use their long-range missiles as indirect fire, but they need to actually be able to see what they're shooting at, which they can. I'm not a fan of that, so let's try and change that. We've got real heat problems, which isn't good, so I think what I might actually do is just brace. You've really got to watch heat, because if you don't, you'll suffer for it. Oh, this spider is very keen on punching and kicking.
Detecting Mech Warrior injury.
Oh dear. Okay. That's not good. So I've been injured, which means that I'm going to be out of action for a few days.
Standing by.
This is not ideal. Come on then, let's have some spider on spider action. This spider is really resilient. Normally they just fall over.
We got bad guys.
Damage minimal.
Right, okay.
Ready for orders. Aye, aye.
Let's try and finish this off.
Taking the shot.
Left arm destroyed, left torso destroyed, side torso destroyed, pilot injured.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Okay. It's taken a beating, but it's still moving. And meanwhile, the Majesty Metals Lance is coming closer.
Waiting for orders.
So that's not good.
Got it.
Let's see if Glitch can solve the problem. That PPC.
Special delivery.
Nope. The PPC bolt went wild. And what have they got here? So they've got a couple of vehicles and a mech of some description that has LRMs on it. Right. Because we've got low heat, I'm going to do a bit of a jump, just so I can get a better shot on this with my long-range weapons. I'm going to go up near Glitch so that I can try and support Glitch.
Engaging jump jets.
Like I said, it's important to make sure that you've got your mechs supporting each other. Right, okay, so an alpha strike will lead to colossal overheating. So we'll take some of the lasers off. So we'll be shooting with both of our autocannons and the two medium lasers that are most likely to hit.
Engaging target.
There we go. Right, so now we're inspired. So that means that
Enemy
we're going to be
mech destroyed.
acting better. We've got extra resolve.
Good to go.
Now what we need to do is we need to get in the way of these vehicles and this mech. Find out what it is.
Copy that.
See if we can get some eyes on. Okay, and we'll brace as well. Let's see what the enemy's going to do. Okay, so we still don't know quite what it is. I'm going to send myself down this way. So if it appears, I've got a nice flank shot on it. If it doesn't appear, I can nip round this way and blow up the Corpsec Tower. I'll get the rest of my lance, that's Glitch, Behemoth and Decker, to try and deal with this thing. Well, I must admit I am a bit worried about those because they're threateningly close now to the people who are hiring us.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So I might get Behemoth to go and have a look at them. In fact, I will get Behemoth to go and get in their way.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Okay, so the Vindicator's quite slow, so there's only one evasion pip there, so we are going to brace. Right, come on, Behemoth.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. Right, if we jump Behemoth up on here, we've actually got
Here
good
we
line
go.
of sight to everything. And we can find out what we're facing. Oh, okay. Got an enemy Shadowhawk, a Scorpion, and another Scorpion. Okay, well, let's deal with this Scorpion to start with. We'll Alpha Strike it. Oof. Probably didn't need to Alpha Strike it, but it's dead now.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Right.
Commander?
Decker. Now, the Shadowhawk is much tougher, much stronger than Decker's Spider. So what I probably want to do is take advantage of the ridiculous jump distance on the Spider and get some rear shots in on it.
Lifting off.
And just hope that this doesn't encourage the Shadowhawk to try and punch Decker.
Giving him everything I've got.
Okay. So now they've got a choice. They can turn to expose the damaged rear to the rest of my lance, or they can stay where they are and open fire, which was probably the best choice in all honesty.
What's up, boss?
Right.
Good to go.
Let's get Glitch involved. Now, remember, Glitch has got multi-attack,
Coordinates received.
which is great, because it means that we can target pretty much everything. But I'm not going to bother with the Corp Sectile, although I could target it, because actually the PPC and the medium laser have got a good chance to hit the Shadowhawk and do some hefty damage, and the LRM will put some hurt on the Scorpion.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
Right, so you see that the sensors were impaired because the PPC hit, so that will reduce the effectiveness of the Shadowhawk for its next turn or so.
Good to go.
Right. I'm going to concentrate on the Shadowhawk because it's the most dangerous thing that the enemy have at the moment.
Affirmative.
That was some good shooting from Behemoth. Now, I'm injured. I don't really want to risk myself too much, so I'm going to jump over here and put some hurt on the Corp Sec Tower, for which I'll probably just use the autocannons. They're the only things that are in range anyway.
Engaging target.
Obviously the head injury has meant that I've just missed the building with one of my cannons.
Orders?
That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
Affirmative. Firing a full salvo.
I wonder if that'll get the Shadowhawk to turn around. Nope. It's coming forwards. Now, ideally I want to get this Scorpion.
Receiving you.
The Shadowhawk's already moved, but I want to make sure the Scorpion doesn't get a chance to. So let's put that down.
Roger that.
You can see the autocannon 5 is a really hefty weapon, doing 45 damage at a time.
One for the scrap heap.
It's nice and long range as well. It's not got as long a range as the AC2, but
I hear ya.
you know, it's not something to be sniffed at. Right. I want to get some evasion pips. I want to try and steer clear of the Shadowhawk
You
punch.
betcha!
So let's get Glitch moving out of the way. Save our LRMs.
Here we go!
There we go. Another good hit. And I'll try and shoot up the Corpsec tower. Stay where I am. I'll apparently move a bit and then
Engaging
shoot up the
target.
Corpsec tower. There we go.
Target building destroyed.
Sucks to be an office worker there.
Ready for orders.
Gonna move Decker up to here. 3 evasion pips.
Coordinates received.
And open up on the rear of the Shadowhawk again. In fact, let's precision strike the Shadowhawk. It's a cold shot, so I'll use the right rear torso.
Copy that.
Might be able to blow its arm off. No, we did destroy a jump jet, so small
Inflicted some
victories.
heavy damage.
And because it's a precision strike, it reduces its initiative by 1, so it's gone from operating in step 3 to now in step 2, which means the entire rest of my lance gets to go first.
Standing by.
So it probably won't actually have a chance to operate again.
Roger that. What can I do for you?
It might do, but... Right.
On my way!
Okay, so now we've moved in close, the PPC has got a lower chance to hit, so I might precision strike again, just to bump that up. In fact, it's bumped it up so much I'll use the LRM as well.
Commencing Alpha Strike!
Ah, there we go. Right.
Another hit like that and you're toast!
Glitch is right. Another hit like that, and they are toast. Now, I can move up there and get a obscured shot, so I'll do that. Again, I'm just conscious of heat. I could have jumped, but I want to alpha strike, and if I'd jumped, I wouldn't have been able to.
All weapons committed.
Great job, Commander. Double back to our client's
I
platform.
would have liked to
The
salvage
sooner
that,
we
but
can collect our pay and break orbit, the better.
we'll see what we get. Okay. So now we're out of combat, and we just need to move back to the independent
Coordinates
mining
received!
contractors base and get our
Lifting
pay.
off.
What could go wrong?
Location confirmed.
That was a surprising slog, actually, that initial spider soaking up so much damage and managing to put an injury on Claymore was a shock. I wasn't expecting that at all. Anyway, these things happen
On my way!
in war. Or in this case, in mercenary work.
Got it.
Oops. Collateral damage. Sorry. I hope they're not angry about that. That's the problem with mechs. They have a tendency to just walk through buildings. So if you want to... Oh, what's this? Brilliant work, Commander. We should have no trouble mopping up at the other platforms now their defences are down. We get the job done. Speaking of which, I wasn't finished. These platforms won't do us much good if we can't hold them. Majesty Metals taught us that. So we're going to need your Battlemechs. You're going to want to reconsider that. Why? Your lance has already been target locked by our turrets. Now, power down and surrender, and we'll let you walk. Try to fight, and we'll tear you to shreds. Your call. Well, there goes our goddamn payday. Hold tight, Commander. We're on our way. Right. So suddenly, our employers have become hostile.
You betcha!
Not great. Combat hasn't started yet. So, kind of brace
Holding
up.
here.
There we go. Right. So they've got a turret generator as well.
Receiving you.
and we're going to want to kill that. So let's do that. I do actually want to try and keep as much of this place intact as possible, because I do have some sympathy for these miners. They might have just tried to stab us in the back and screw us out of a payday and all the rest of it, but I kind of understand where they're coming from, and I get it. So I'm just going to do the
Roger.
minimum amount of damage required.
Firing on target.
Okay. Right, what have they got? They don't have any mechs, they've said that, so they must... here we go, vehicles. That looked like a Scorpion briefly, and then it faded out. Right, who's this?
Waiting for orders.
Behemoth. Okay. Well, we'll move Behemoth backwards a bit,
On my way.
because her real strength is the AC5 and the LRM, which... we could use the LRM on that striker, but actually I think we're going to be better off by attacking the turret generator instead.
Taking the shot.
There we go. So that's the turrets out. Now we've just got to deal with the vehicles.
Target destroyed.
There's another one over there. So they've got 3 vehicles? Something like that. Right.
Good to go.
Okay, so let's see. How do we get a good shot on that? Oh, there we go. Let's move into the ruins of the
Don't need to
generator,
tell me twice.
and then see if we can take out this striker. Which we should be able to with the PPC, a medium laser, and an LRM. Yeah, there we go. Poor bastards.
I feel bad about shooting the little guys.
Yeah, exactly. Me too, Glitch. Me too. Right. Move down Main Street. Oh dear, there goes another small building. It's a good job we're not going to take this out of our pay.
Commander. On my way.
Let's see what this is. Probably another Scorpion or something. Oh, Galleon. Okay. That's a medium laser and 2 small lasers.
All weapons are go.
Badly damaged. If they had any sense, they'd just bail out and surrender, but surrender is not an option in this game, it seems. Oof, what was that? Scorpion. Scorpion has an AC5, right, okay. I'm going to leave the AC2s up just because one of them will hit, or should hit, statistically.
All weapons committed.
There we go. Barrage of lasers, a couple of autocannon shells, boom.
Enemy unit destroyed.
But this Galleon's got a chance now. Quite sensibly, it's moving out of sight of the majority of the lands and picking on Decker in his Spider.
My armor's getting stripped off.
But that does mean that Behemoth with her LRM can have a crack at it, because as I said before, we've got eyes on, can see the target. That means anybody with an LRM can use their rockets, missiles, as long-range indirect fire. There we go.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle.
Stand by for extraction, Commander. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, and Darius? I know, Maya. I know. You want another team meeting. Give the man a prize.
Mission successful.
There we go. That's the first mission of Markham's Marauders under our command. And it seems as though there's some trouble brewing in the command group. Right. Okay. So, contract results. So, we completed the mission, and as Darius says, we made the best of a bad situation. He is hoping we don't run into another job like that one. We've now become rated 10 by the Mercenary Review Board. The higher this number is, the better. Morale is steady. faction reputation. Majesty Metals and Manufacturing have taken a bit of a hit, and Darius, well, he's part of us, so that's okay. So we successfully recaptured the mining platforms, engaged and destroyed the enemy units, and survived. However, I'm injured. That's not great. For 26 days, almost a month, I'm going to be out of action. The spider took enough damage that it can't be used really before it's repaired, and my blackjack has also taken some damage, and that needs to be fixed too. Everybody got 800 XP, and we between us killed 3 mechs and 5 vehicles. Funds less than 1 million credits. Rent to own. In orbit, Urkrini. You need to start finding us better clients, Darius. I mean it. We've been slumming it on the ass end of the frontier for 3 years now, and we are drowning in debt. I'm fully aware of our financial situation, Maya, but I can't just conjure up new clients out of thin air. Joanna, do me a solid and back me up on this. If we're really that hard up for cash, we need to stop talking and start doing something about it. Hey, you'll hear no arguments from me. When we made you our commander, we all agreed to follow your lead. Darius, could you walk us through the details of this trouble we're in? It might help if you broke things down point by point. Sure thing, Yang. Point 1. Maya's right. We're in debt. Every sea bill we make technically belongs to the banks. Point 2. This corner of the frontier is a dead zone for mercenary work. There are clients, but they're terrible. That's just a fact. And that's it. There are no other points. Okay, well, we're in a bad spot. What are we going to do about it? I don't see what else we can do, Joanna. I'm already serving up every legitimate contract I can find. Unless you want me to sidestep the Mercenary Review Board entirely, we're basically out of options. Go around the MRB? No thanks. Taking an uncertified job is a great way to wind up with a knife in your back. We just got betrayed on a board-certified contract, Yang. How much worse could it get? Plenty. What happened down there was an exception, boss. With uncertified jobs, it's the rule. Remind me again why we don't just skip town and head to a nicer corner of the periphery. Because the banks and the jump ship crews have an arrangement. Until we pay up, they're going to keep us on a short leash. That's a good reason. Look, Darius, Maya's right. We need to start earning some real money, and we need to do it soon. It's only a matter of time before something breaks down that I can't fix with duct tape and good intentions. And I had to work a few uncertified jobs after I was asked to leave my home system. It's risky, but it's better than going hungry. You hear that, Darius? The voice of experience speaks. Going around the MRB might kill us, sure, so might 1,000 other things. But I'd rather die trying than give up and accept the inevitable. It's settled then. I'll start digging for contracts outside of the MRB system. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the best. It isn't like we've got all that much to lose. In the meantime, we need to find another paying job, and our prospects in this system have completely dried up. I'd recommend booking travel to a neighbouring system and seeing what the review board has for us. With any luck, we'll find enough work to keep going until something better rolls in. The banks are holding our jump ship access hostage until we repay our debts. For now, we can only go between Urkrini and the nearby systems of Alloway, Bellerophon and Detroit. Our top priority right now needs to be finding work so we can raise cash. None of the contracts here are very good. I picked out the only viable one I could find, and it helpfully includes our travel fees as part of the deal. Come by the command centre when you're ready to review it. Okay, so this is our Leopard dropship, and we are Claymore's Marauders at the moment, not Markham's Marauders. We are going to undergo a little bit of a rebrand, so we're going to do that now from the captain's quarters, customise the company. So we are going to be MacLeod's Light Horse, and we will have... what badge shall we have? There's lots of good ones, but I think there's one with a horse on it somewhere, and I want to try and find that. I may have gone past it. I'm sure there's one with a horse. There we go. Cloud's Light Horse. And we'll change the colours on our mechs as well. So I want them to look reasonably military, and not particularly crazy colours like some of these ones you can see flashing past. But I also want them to look fairly generic, so I think maybe like a grey or a green. Green will be good. Let's try and find this same green. There we go. So nice overall green, and then the accent, which gives us things like that, we'll have that in white. So that means that if we do ever end up with an atlas, it'll have a nice white skull design on the front. Matches our badge as well. Okay, so now we're MacLeod's light horse. We'll have a quick look. So with finances at the moment, it takes us 130,000 sea builds to get through a month, plus another 110,000 salary costs. So in other words, 240,000 sea builds a month, and we've got enough money to go for 4 months. If that ever hits 0, we lose the game. The company fails and we break up. There's navigation. So Sumira Maya, who is our navigator, and we can talk to her.
Yes, Commander?
Hey, Commander, something I can do for you. Does the decision we made about uncertified contracts satisfy your concerns? My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs, but this is a step in the right direction, and that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks that uncertified contracts entail, by the way. I mean, I know what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. I've got to get back to it. Talk to you later, Sumira.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, so now we need to go to the mech bays, because we have taken some damage, so we want to get those repaired. First things first, there's a locust. Locusts are useless, horrible, hate them, don't like them. I'm sure some of you will have something to say about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrap the mech for sea builds. So the mech's components are stored, and its chassis is removed permanently from the inventory. Gives us 128,000 sea builds. Right, let's repair the spider. Take 3 days, cost 7,500 sea builds. Actually, we could... yeah, so we'll repair it. Now what I also want to do is I want to refit some of these mechs, because I have a particular way of playing, which emphasises armour. So first of all, we're going to strip all the equipment, and then we're going to maximise the armour, which gives us just under 17 tons left. And put the AC2s back in. Put the ammo in the centre torso, because if that goes off, well, it goes off. Gives us just under 4 tons left. So put a jump jet in each leg. And then we want some medium lasers as well, so we'll go for torso-mounted medium lasers. Now, you can see here that we've still got just under a ton left, so we could put in another jump jet, perhaps a heatsink. That would make us almost a ton overweight. So if we take the heatsink out, because our heat efficiency is already really good because we've reduced the medium laser capacity, I think what we'll do instead is we'll reduce some of the armour slightly. Not a lot, because I do want to keep a significant amount of armour on the mech. So we'll just reduce everything by a little bit until we can get to a ton of armour. Generally speaking, it's better to take stuff off the front than it is the back. You want the back armour to be pretty high. And you do also want to try and do it as evenly as possible. There we go, so we've got an extra ton. So let's have a look. Jump jets, they weigh half a ton, and heat sinks weigh 1 ton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in that jump jet and see if we've got any other jump jets. We do, we've got 2 spare that I could use. Alternatively, we could put in a ton of extra ammo, or we could put in a medium laser instead of that jump jet. Right, let's have a look. Well, we've got half a ton remaining if we do that, so we could max out the armour. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we've reduced the number of weapons slightly, but we've managed to max out most of the armour. You'll see that the AI has lowered the armour on the legs rather than on the upper torso. That's okay, I'm happy with that. So we'll confirm this is our blackjack now. and this will take 17 days. That's okay.
Logged and noted.
Bear in mind, I'm out of action for 27 days. The Blackjack will take 20 days. Spider is going to take 3 days. Let's have a look at the Shadowhawk. We'll have a go at refitting this as well. Right, so again, strip all the equipment, max the armour out, and we want to keep the AC-5 because that is a big gun that we want to, hold on to. The LRM did come in handy. The SRM less so. So I think we'll leave the SRM off. We'll put the medium laser back on, and we'll put the LRM in as well. So we'll pop the LRM there, put some LRM ammo in. In fact, we put all the ammo into the centre torso, because if the centre torso is cored, we lose the mech anyway, and that keeps it safe. Now, we want to keep some jump jets. The heat efficiency is great because we've not got the short range missile, so we'll put some jump jets in. Did have 3, let's see if we can do that. Yeah. And we won't worry about heat sinks because heat efficiency is brilliant. But what we need to do now is we need to reduce some of the armour so that we can actually fit those jump jets in. Right, if we put the leg armour down to 100, that should do it, I think. Almost. There we go. Spot on. So that's going to take 7 days.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
27 days. So we're going to basically be sitting still doing nothing for a month while all this work is done, but this is important work. And it does mean that just before the month is out, we can actually get cracking with some contracts. Right, let's have a look at the Vindicator, see if we can do much the same thing with this. So again, we will strip the equipment out, max the armour. We want to keep the PPC because the PPC is a critical weapon on this. And this is a nice long range support mech, so we'll put the LRM in as well. Right, now heat efficiency is good, movement is reduced, firepower is also reduced because we're missing the medium laser. I might put the medium laser back actually. Yeah, let's do that, and we'll keep the medium laser in, and we'll put it on the left arm, and then we'll throw in some heat sinks. The heat sinks do best in the legs, because actually if they're standing in water, then you get the benefit of the heatsink more effectively. The heatsink is more effective. Right. We've kept the jump jets on. Heat efficiency is not brilliant, but it's okay. I'm quite happy with that. And we've still got nearly... we've still got enough room to put in a couple of extra heat sinks. We're only 30.3 tons overweight, so that should be easy enough to resolve. There you go. Excellent. And all we've lost is the small laser, and we've gained an enormous amount of armour, and that's really, really important. How long will that take?
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Right, the Vindicator's going to take a long time, so the next mission we're on, we're only going to be able to take 3 mechs. That's not a problem. Right, let's have a quick chat with
Need
Yan.
something?
Hey boss, welcome to Mech Bay. My own little piece of heaven right here on the ship. Something I can help you with? I want an assessment on the Leopard. How much trouble are we in? Dunno. I mean, we're doing okay for the moment, but give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. Maybe our drive system will give out. Maybe some debris will perforate the hull. Who knows? But on that day, we're going to need to be able to cover our repair costs, and if we can't, well, that'll be that. Got to get back to it. Talk to you later, Yang.
Come back anytime.
Okay. Now let's have a quick look at the barracks. So this shows us who our mech warriors are, and we can see here we've got Claymore, and that's us, and we're injured. But we do have quite a lot of XP. We've got 2,600 XP, so let's do something with that. We want to increase our piloting, we want to increase our guts, and then we can increase gunnery and guts. So that increases our health by 1, makes our weapons easier to hit with, and we are better at punching things.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Cool.
Yes, Commander.
Behemoth's got 800 XP, so we'll give her some extra tactics.
Training complete.
Standing by.
Becca's got 2,000. Now, what we'll do with that is we'll just bring him up to 4 across the board. So we haven't yet decided on any of these specialisms or special skills.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch has got 800 XP, so we'll give her some better piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And Medusa, 2,100. So again, we'll give him some stuff to bring him up to level 4. So we'll give him level 4 tactics, level 4 guts, and he's okay to have the reduced gunnery.
Training complete.
Okay. So that's our mech warriors. There's 4 of us, plus me. And
Take
now,
off your shoes.
let's go to the
Make
command
yourself
center.
comfortable.
We'll pick a contract, and then we'll call it a day for this video.
What do you need?
Always good to see you at Ops, Joanna. Can I do something for you? I want to know more about our debt situation. Yeah, sure, that's fair, and I'm glad you're taking an interest. I've got time to get into the nuts and bolts of it if you do. What did you want to know? Remind me why we took out so many loans in the first place. How much time have you got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee Coromir, but I guess you're mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost there's the Leopard. We still owe a lot of money on this ship, and losing her isn't an option. Then you've got all the assorted fallout from our impromptu trip across the frontier. Jump ship passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses, all paid for on credit, as if we had a choice. There's more that I could get into, the loan we took out to set up Markham's family, etc, etc, but that'd be gilding the lily at this point. Fact is, we're in a lot of trouble with a lot of lenders, but hey, we're mercenaries, we live for trouble. That's enough money talk for now. Let me ask you about something else. Be my guest. What do you need? Well, actually, I've got to run, Darius.
Catch you later, Commander.
Okay, let's go to contracts. Seek and destroy. So, max salvage. 2 things. Straightforward battle. Find a military lance and destroy it. The Free Worlds League is paying us to find some local government military units on Bellerophon and destroy it. Sure, let's do that. Now, at the moment, because it's quite early on, we want money more than we want anything else. Devinder Singh of the Free Worlds League says, the Free Worlds League would like to offer you a choice contract, Commander. As the leader of a respected mercenary company, you should find the terms both fair and equitable, I think. Finalise contract and deploy. So, at the end of this, we'll get to pick one piece of salvage, and we will get 3 extra pieces at random. We'll be paid 141,950 sea bills, and the Free Worlds League will like us a bit better.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
So off we go to Bellerophon.
All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity. All hands, make ready for docking maneuvers. Disengaging from junction.
Shakedown. You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumeri, Yang and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says, we received 3 messages from the banks. Loan sharks, Sumeri cuts in. From the people who are financing us, Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loans so it'll be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in court. Well, let's be nice to them. Sweet talk, banks. I'll talk to them, you say, and the meeting moves on. Afterwards, you record a response. In it, you explain with much gravitas that you selected each of the banks for their prestige and reliability. You remind them of your impeccable payment history. You conclude by expressing your desire for a long and fruitful financial relationship with them, hinting you might seek additional loans when your current ones are paid in full. A few days later, the banks contact you to say their previous messages were sent in error and should be ignored. MacLeod's Light Horse has gained the following tags. Loan status, fair. No problems. That's good. Right, we're going to be nearly at Bellerophon. We'll be there in 3 days, but we're not going to be ready to fight for another 18. We've arrived at Bellerophon, Commander. Ready to proceed with our current contract? Not yet. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed that video. Come back next week for more tales of MacLeod's Light Horse and Claymore as she desperately seeks to keep her little mercenary company afloat and survive in the dangerous Rimwood periphery. If you did like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Do also feel free to leave a comment. I always respond to comments. I do like chatting to you all, so, you know, say if you've got any questions, queries, anything you want me to go over in detail or in particular, any ideas, anything you want to see, any comments on the way I play the game, let me know and we can have a nice chat. Thank you very much, and I shall see you all tomorrow.